Let's then introduce the participants of this week's game show. Well, we have Sumit Bagadia of Choice Broking, we have Richard Jain of Angel Broking, and Dharmesh Khan of India Nivesh Securities. Gentlemen, a very warm welcome to BNS in the stock game. Let's quickly start discussing Sumit Bagadia's portfolio up first. And Sumit, we believe you've placed a buy call on CEAT. The stock has worked in your favor, the movement here. In fact, your target price also has been met for CEAT. Tell us, what is it that you like about CEAT and what would be the next target price as far as CEAT is concerned?
Hi, good morning, Kamya. Well, yes, you are absolutely right. We have selected a CEAT for the best pick for the day, and in fact, it has given a good return. And CEAT seems to look good to me at present levels too. We are expecting CEAT to move up from present levels and can touch levels of around 1100 in next couple of days. So for a trading perspective, still someone wants to place a bet on CEAT can initiate a long position at around 1065 or so levels with a stop loss to be placed at 1028 on lower side for the upside target of 1100. And if 1100 is taken away on closing basis, then a further upside rally can be seen till 1130 also. So CEAT looks good to me. In fact, anyone wants to create a long position, CEAT can initiate at CMP with a strict stop loss of 1028.
Okay, that's a call coming in, and CEAT is a stock which is currently up in an otherwise dull market, holding out by just about 1%. Meantime, let's focus in on Arvind then. Run us through the reason, Ruchit, for picking this one out. It had a fairly okay quarter in terms of the earnings. You've had the stock in the last 6 months or so, which has been on a pretty strong gaining spree. Is it a good time to buy now?
If you just observe the recent charts, then the stock has been making this higher top high bottom formation, and in fact last week on Thursday session the stock had given a breakout from a ascending triangle pattern, and on Monday and on Friday the stock corrected again to test that support, that resistance turn support level, and hence we believe that after testing the support the stock would resume the uptrend. On the high side positionally, we have recommended it to our clients with target of 320. From trading perspective, very near term, I think 312 it's where it could go in next 2-3 trading sessions itself. So buy with the stop loss below 291. Target for this week would be 312 and positional target of 320.
Okay, a target of 312 to be achieved in the next couple of sessions is what Ruchit is saying. About the first trading idea, that is buy on Arvind. And over the last 5 days also, in fact last week rather, the stock has gained a good 5%. Today also holding out very smartly, 2% of an uptick coming in there. Let's discuss LIC Housing Finance, and then Mesh, you've picked out that stock. Now we were just highlighting the fact that government is set to mull tax incentives to spur investment in housing, and that's clearly boding well for the stock. Even as far as the news flow is concerned, 1.25% of an uptick coming in there for LIC Housing Finance. Dharmesh, in the long term, what fundamentals would you be betting on as far as this stock is concerned?
Yeah, good morning, Kamya. So I think the low-cost housing is here to stay, and it's very important for the economic revival on the overall front. And the government has been doing its bit, be it through policy reforms or tax incentives, as you have been highlighting right now. And I think going forward, the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are likely to see a spurt in real estate activities, primarily in the low-cost housing. But a better way of playing this space is through NBFC space, that is the housing finance companies, because your portfolio is diversified and you are not stuck with a particular realty stock. So LIC Housing Finance is the topic out there. If you look at the company fundamentals, it has been phenomenal. For the last 5 years, it has delivered a growth of around 23% on our top line on a CAGR basis, primarily propelled by retail loan book growth, which we think going forward with the 7th pay commission now in. So again, a big impetus for people in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities to buy their own houses. So this will again add to the LIC Housing Finance numbers. I think 25% kind of a loan book growth going forward is quite achievable by the company, and asset quality remains firm, so NIMs are quite healthy. It's available at a reasonable valuation of around 2.1x price to book value 1 year forward. For trading purposes, the near-term target can be 490, 510. But from a 1 year perspective, I think even 620 is a likely target on LIC Housing Finance.
Okay, that's a word coming in. LIC Housing Finance has been a positive news trigger and the stock is currently at the day's high at 471.5. So good going there for Dharmesh. Sumit, let's talk a little bit about FMCG. ITC is a stock that you're shorting. Is this purely for the long term, or do you think that, you'd stretch this call for a slightly longer term view as well?
Well, no, Aman. Well, this was a very short-term call, and I have selected this stock only for a 2 days, for a time perspective of 2 to 3 days. As far as trading by it is concerned, well, it looks weak on charts today. From past 2 days, the stock has given correction, and it looks weak on charts at present too. We are expecting a correction till 320, 325 levels. So for trading bet, I think for intraday, one can initiate sell at CMP at around 338, 339 levels for the intraday target of 332 levels. And if 332 is taken away, then 325 can be seen in next 1 or 2 days. Till that time, it doesn't give closing above 350. Stock looks weak only. Anytime rising prices till 340 should be used as selling opportunity. Intraday target would be 332.
Okay, that's a call coming in on ITC, holding out smartly, 0.5% of an uptick coming in there. So clearly from the FMCG space, ITC has been quite active, and that happens to be featured on Sumit's portfolio as well. Let's discuss Lupin then. A buy call on that one by Ruchit. Ruchit, Lupin from pharma space today is doing fairly well in the positive zone. But the pharma sector as a whole has been, seeing a bit of a downslide, especially over the last 1 week. Why is it that you've chosen Lupin of the entire pack, and are there any other stocks that you like here?
So overall in the entire pharma space, we are not quite bullish from short-term or medium-term perspective. Lupin is one of the stock in this space which had corrected from 2100 to 1750, and if you just observe the momentum readings, then they were quite in oversold zone. From oversold zone, we have the momentum readings have given some positive crossover, which was indicating that there might be a pullback rally in this stock within this corrective move. So we are not, we don't have any aggressive targets on the higher side, but just from a 2 days trading perspective, I think that this stock may give a pullback rally up to 1874, and that's where I have placed my target. So those who want to trade just for 1 or 2 days, one can play for just a pullback rally up to 1874 with stop loss below 1810.
Okay, there you have it, some levels to map on Lupin. The stock is fairly subdued, but remember, pharma as a theme has really been under fire for quite some time now. Moving right on then, let's discuss another recommendation, Dharmesh, and banking clearly seems to be your forte today. There's 2 banking stocks and LIC Housing from the financial space as well as what you picked out. So let's talk a little bit about Axis Bank. The stock has been a good performer. What exactly is the view in terms of long-term targets that you're mapping on this stock?
See, we are fairly bullish on Axis Bank from a long-term perspective, and I think 650 is a 1-year target for Axis Bank. From trading perspective, the targets are lower. But if you look at the Axis Bank Q2 FY16 numbers, everything was in place, be it the advances growth of around 16%, deposit growth of around 15%. Asset quality was fairly stable. The only thing is, because to maintain this asset quality, they have shifted few of the assets they have sold to ARC, but that was the reason why we have seen a big correction in stock coming. And I think now with that happening, the stock price has already corrected. It again becomes a very attractive buy. It's trading at around 2.1x price to book value on a TTM basis, which is quite cheap compared to its regular trading of around 2.5 to 2.6x, and there has been some pickup in the growth activity seen in the economy as a whole. So I think Axis Bank stands to gain the first mover advantage in that space, and hence our trading buy as well as investment purpose, 650 is what we are looking for on Axis Bank from a year's perspective.
Okay, Axis Bank stands to gain, and that's a call coming in from Dharmesh Kant. He's placed a buy call with a target price of 520. Let's quickly get in a check on the calculator and find out how each of our experts are placed at this point of time. Starting off with Sumit Bagadia's portfolio. Well, the target price for CF has already been met, but none of the other stocks have met the target price or hit the stop loss. But a bit of a pain coming in there for ITC as well as Bajaj Auto. The overall portfolio is giving him good gains of close to 3,700 rupees. Let's get in a check on Ruchit Jain's portfolio as well. Again, none of the stock prices have hit the target price or the stop loss. However, a bit of a spot of bother. Dish TV overall portfolio in the green, and he's gaining about 1,500 rupees. Let's get in a check on Dharmesh Khan's portfolio as well. None of the target prices or stop losses have been triggered. All the stocks trading in the green zone and giving him a healthy profit of good 6,000 rupees. Okay, let's continue discussing the trading ideas. And in fact, before we do that, let's step into a short break and discuss idea 3rd and 4th on the other side.
And of course, want to remind all of our viewers that this Friday it's going to be exciting once again as we will be visiting a campus. This time, India's #1 business news channel visits the campus of NMIMS, where students will understand the dynamics of the stock market with prominent market experts. So Friday 27th November, 11 a.m. live, join us at NMIMS.
Welcome back. You're watching VNS in the Stock Game, where we're discussing our guest portfolio. Let's start off by discussing Sumit Bagaria's portfolio in this segment. And Sumit, let's discuss last two ideas, Bajaj Auto and Vedanta. You've decided to go long on Bajaj Auto and a sell call on Vedanta. Tell us about your rationale.
Yes, of course, Kamya. As far as Bajaj Auto is concerned, Bajaj Auto looks good on charts, and for the past couple of days, it has given a good amount of appreciation from lower levels. We have seen that stock has moved up from 2350 to 2500 levels, and presently also it seems that it can give upside move of 50 to 70 rupees from present levels. So, for a trading perspective, purely for a 2 to 3 days perspective, I think one can initiate long position in Bajaj Auto at CMP 2520 levels with a trading stop loss placed at 2475 levels on lower side for the upside target of 2550 and 2575 levels. It's purely a trading bet, so one should initiate with a strict stop loss. And the last bet for the day is Vedanta. Well, metals look weak to me. We are expecting a correction in metals in which Vedanta looks weakest to me. So I think one can initiate sell position in Vedanta at CMP, that is around 90.50 or 91 levels, with a stop loss to be placed at 93 on higher side for an immediate intraday target of 88.80. And if 88.50 levels are taken away on closing basis, then a further sell-off can be seen till 83 levels for next 3 to 4 days time horizon. Overall, metals look weak to me, especially Vedanta look weakest to me among all the metals. So one should initiate a sell position in Vedanta at CMP for the targets of 88 and 83 levels.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Vedanta. So clearly, Sumit is of the view that the metals basket as a whole looks weak and Vedanta looks the weakest in that space. Let's move on then and discuss Ruchit Jain's portfolio as well and the last two ideas that he has. A sell call on Dish TV, which is doing fairly well in today's session, just 0.25% of an uptick there, has come off the day's high. But clearly, Ruchit is of the view that the stock is expected to see a downside, as well as your call on Tata Elxsi. There you've decided to go long. Ruchit, what are the chart patterns indicating to you?
Yeah, if you observe the charts of Dish TV, then it is consolidating in a broad range since last 5-6 months. And after a decent up move, such a long consolidation probably indicates that it's just a distribution pattern which has been forming here. The stock had recently last month in the first week of October gave a breakdown from a technical pattern called diamond pattern, and post that this recent pullback just seems to be a pullback move. So I think the stock should resume its downside momentum going ahead. 104 is a good resistance zone, and right now prices are trading around that resistance. So I have recommended short in this. In fact, those who are even having this stock in their portfolio in the cash market should also look to exit once over here. From trading perspective, I have given a target of 97.5 and stop loss placed below 100 above 105 rupees. And my last call is a buy call in Tata Elxsi. Probably the stock since last couple of months has been consolidating in a range. And if we just observe this weekly and monthly charts, then the stock is forming a high top, high bottom, and is in a linear uptrend. So this correction is just a part of an uptrend, and it's good that it's just a time correction rather than price correction which was happening. Yesterday, with very good volumes, the stock has given a breakout from a consolidation, and hence I think that in near term the stock could again resume its uptrend. With a target of 1988, any dip should be used as a buying opportunity. Stop loss could be placed below 1784 for traders.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Tata Elxsi as well as Dish TV. Dharmesh, finally, let's discuss your last two ideas, Punjab National Bank as well as ACC.
Yeah, I think the public sector banks are looking very attractive and is poised for a big up move. All the reforms based in the Dhanush Uday and the concerted effort is being put in place to pull public sector banks out of trouble. Why I have selected PNB? Because the asset quality remained fairly stable for the last 2 quarters. In fact, on a Q-on-Q basis, there was an improvement in asset quality. I think most of the negatives are being priced in the PNB, and it looks like a bargain buy at around 0.7 times price to book value. Going forward for the next 1 year, I expect retail and small and medium businesses to be the loan book growth driver for PNB. Trading buy is there on PNB for a price target of 150, but from a year's perspective, 240 is the target price on PNB. Cement again as a space has seen some traction in the volumes are concerned, and some blended realization has gone up for few of the cement companies. I think the top cement companies like SSC, Ambuja and Ultratech should be bought from a trading perspective because they are fairly beaten down and it has not performed in the last couple of months.
Right.
Therefore, a trading buy on ACC for a price target of 1420.
Okay, that's a call coming in on ACC. And with that, would like to thank each of our guests for taking time out and sharing their portfolio with us on BNSN The Stock Game. And it's a wrap on BNSN The Stock Game. On the other side is Market Sense. But before we go to Market Sense, let's once again hear out Dharmendra Pradhan on reducing crude oil cess news.